And welcome back to One with Wayne's World. And I can't tell you how many times I've said my favorite topic is real estate. And with me is Anneliese Schwyter.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and you are a realtor in the Boca del Rey area?
Correct, yes.
Okay, why'd you pick real estate?
I picked real estate because I was in finance for many years, up in New York and in Switzerland, and I wanted a complete different industry. And I liked real estate because I had many friends who did real estate, so we always talked about it, and I thought it would be a good change and also something a bit tangible to look at. You know, finance is a bit dry.
Right, and that's, you know, I was just saying that I don't delve in the stock market because I can't go and hug and kiss it. Yeah. Where a house or a piece of real estate, you can go, see, touch, feel. It's totally there for you. So I get that. Okay, so now you go for your license. Did you find the course and the test difficult?
No, I actually did it in New York while I was still working.
Oh, okay.
And by now you can do everything online from Florida, which is great. And so I, did everything.
Passed the first time?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm going to do this test. If I don't pass the first time, I'll be embarrassed. Okay, so you get into real estate.
Yep.
Do you live in the Boca Boynton Del Rey area?
I live in Del Rey in Pineapple Grove. Love it there. I bought a house there actually in 2014 and moved here then for good in 2016.
I love Del Rey and I lived there. I think the biggest issue that Del Rey has is traffic on Atlantic Avenue. But if you live there, you know the way to get around that traffic. Exactly. But Atlantic Avenue is, it's amazing. Living in Del Rey is just a wonderful place to be. It's very much, everything you need is right there.
Correct.
Everything. Do you sell mostly in Del Rey or you sell a lot in Boca?
Of course, mostly Del Rey, but Boca is actually, I would say, the second market, and then Boynton is also very active, because Del Rey, Boynton is more or less leading into each other by now.
That's true.
Yeah.
And, everybody knows Boca and Del Rey all of a sudden shot up in the last 6 to 8 years to this amazing destination.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sell houses, condos, the whole 9 yards.
Yes.
What's your favorite to sell?
I think there is really not a favorite. I personally prefer a bit contemporary. You know? So I like contemporary styles, so I like clean lines. So you could say that's actually my preferred style. Therefore, I have I don't have really a high preference for very old, smallish kind of spaces.
But isn't Pineapple Grove very, eclectic and classic? And
it's artsy, but it is still open and,
Did you buy a new house?
I bought, I was a second buyer of a townhouse on 3 levels. Okay. With very high ceilings.
So more of the contemporary style.
Yes, that's what I prefer.
What do most people, so someone comes to you, husband and wife come to you, who makes the deal? The husband or the wife? Who makes that final decision?
I think how the house should look, often the wife.
Okay.
Because...
Well, the guy gets the garage.
Husbands want to make their wife happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly. And so I would say the look is often rather the wife, the finances are often rather the male.
The husband... okay, show me the garage. Where's the garage? Where's my space? He gets the garage. That's his little bit of a space that he gets.
Or does the house has a man cave?
Right. Yeah. So, I come to you. Mm-hmm. I tell you. So today is different because you have to have some sort of pre-qualification letter for finance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I come to you and say I want to buy a house. I don't have a pre-qualification letter. So what would be my next step? What would you tell me to do at that point?
I would tell you, well, where are you in this, thinking of purchasing? Because if you don't have a pre-approval letter, usually you're not very far. Right? Okay. So often they just start.
Okay.
Or they have already done some searches, then gave up and restart. So that can happen as well. So first I would say, get a pre-qualification letter, because otherwise you run the risk that you look at the wrong houses, the wrong homes, because sometimes people think they can afford more, or they really can't if it then really comes down, or maybe they don't want to, right?
Okay, so I get my pre-qualification, I come to you. What are some of the questions you ask me? You know, do you want a condo? How many bedrooms? I mean, how did that process go with you?
Yes. So I more or less ask you, okay, you know, let's start from the very beginning so that I get a good feel what you like or what you have in mind. Have you already searched? What do you use to search? You know, are you going online? Which pages do you look like? Do you like to work, you know, where do you find the stuff you like? And then that gives me a bit an idea already where they are currently, right? And then you have really to bring it down and say, okay, you know, how much do you want to spend in reality, you know, because sometimes we like to look at stuff just, you know,
we always like to look at stuff we can't afford.
Exactly.
We always like to look at it. Yeah, we are all the same.
Yeah. And so then, you know, you bring it a bit, you try to narrow it in. You know, what do you really need versus what would be nice to have? And then you get a better feel where are really, you know, the priorities. You know, sometimes it is the outside, sometimes it's, you know, rather the interior. It can be very dependent. And then I usually also ask, what style do you like? You know? Because not everybody likes contemporary like I do.
No. Okay, so if I come to you and, okay, so I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, what, from the woman's point of view, what is the thing that she first goes to look at? So I'm going to give you the bathroom, closets, or kitchen?
Usually kitchen and bathrooms.
Kitchen and bathrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Closet would be like the third one for, you know, how practical is the house, you know, in that sense, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, so now we pick that. We pick the area that we want to be in because of school systems, I guess.
Sometimes the school system, and of course everybody would like to be next to the beach, right?
Oh, that's true. Not
or
me,
at
but
the
everybody else.
But many do.
Okay, I've been living here over 20 years, and I know that when a hurricane comes, if you're on the east side of one, you gotta go away.
You have to go.
So,
that's often a question too. Did these people here have to evacuate or not?
Right.
And but you know, people who would like to be at the beach, I would say, take that risk. They know they have to. Otherwise, you know.
If you had to give, because we're at the top of our time, if you had to give one tip for somebody, first-time home buyer looking to buy a home, has a pre-qualification letter for $200,000, let's just say, what tip would you give them before they go see a realtor?
I think most already do that. They start online. They start to get a feel for what they like, you know, and what they can get for a certain amount of money. And so usually that phase is already over when they meet you. Okay. You know? So it's more or less when they meet you, it's to channel the ideas and the details into one summary so that you can really start looking at meaningful places.
And that's interesting because you said to me, you said to the audience that I asked them what pages they looked at. Yeah. That would make some sense today because everybody who buys anything today ends up Googling it first or looking online first so that they make sure that they're in the price range and they can see what's out there and get it. So that, do you find that to be a benefit for you then, I guess? Because it kind of narrows some of the stuff down for you.
Yes and no, it depends. So currently statistics say 89% start to look online before they even talk to a realtor. Okay. Okay. So the good thing is that they have maybe a bit an idea of what they like. The not so good thing is that sometimes they start discussing with several realtors at the same time what they want, and they're going to see properties with several realtors, and sometimes you find that out later, and that's not very fortunate.
I hear. Okay, if people want to find you, you have a phone number, office number, website, you have any of that
stuff?
Yes,
I have 2 websites. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So
you have an office phone number or a phone number they can reach you that we can give them?
I'd rather give my mobile number.
That's fine.
Which is 203-979-7322.
And do you know your website?
It's Anneliese Schwyter at FloridaRealestate.com.
Okay, and we're going to put it up on the screen so you guys can just, so you don't have to have a pen right away. You'll be able to watch it, and she'll also post it, so she'll have it. I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Guys, you know, when it comes to real estate, to me, there's no better investment Actually, everybody says it's the largest investment that we make.
Often it is. Yeah.
But it's the second largest. If you have a child, it way outweighs real estate, especially if they're going to college. Trust me when I tell you. But with that, go call Anneliese. Go check her website out. I'm sure if you have a question, she'll be more than happy just to answer it for you. With that, everybody, we'll be right back.